Moving on, it's the Boston Red Sox, I do believe.
Yes, sir.
And they're definitely going to do a lot more than the Tampa Bay Rays, or at least we project them to. They went pretty bloody far, way further than we thought, way further than a lot of people thought. I truly wanted them to beat those Houston Astros and represent the AL East, even though they are division rivals. It'd be kind of nice that, somebody's representing the division. But either way, they got a little bit more money to play around with. They're a big market team. What do you think the Boston Red Sox are going to do?
Well, I think they got to go get some starting pitching, guys. It is so freaking clear. They did manage with their starting pitching, obviously getting to the wild card and winning and moving on.
I still don't understand, though.
I don't understand. Well, here's the beautiful thing about the Boston Red Sox. Okay, yeah, they have $33 million to kind of play with in their payroll. However, they can make that $50 million by cutting some starting pitching. And you're probably wondering, like, wait a minute, why would you be cutting starting pitching? Well, because you're cutting guys like Richards and Richards and Perez. Martin Perez and Richards both had a 4.87 and a 4.74 ERA. Now, they might cost about Perez $6 million. He's got a team option. So if they don't pick up that team option, you're saving $6 million. Richards is $10 million. If you don't pick up those options, you gain an extra $16 million. So now you're getting close to 50.
I would say that the $10 million for sure is probably a no-go. $6 million maybe if you think
maybe.
That was like Robbie Ray, for instance, pitched for a 6 ERA. In 2020, we paid him $8 million to come back, and then he was Cy Young. I'm not saying that's what Perez or Richards are going to do.
Right, and this is the thing. It's like, I don't know what they're going to do, but those are options, right? Yep. You can make almost up to $50 million worth of cap space. Now, there's some pitchers out there that are going to be wanting about 20, 25, somewhere in that range, average annual value per year, like Gausman, Stroman, Scherzer. Now, what I think they should do is pick up one of those guys. Now, Gausman might deserve a longer contract, but that's okay because you have Eovaldi, who's on his last year coming into this year, and JD Martinez, who has a player option coming into this year. Option.
I think that he'll probably pick it up too.
He will definitely.
It's on the cusp. Like, you could argue like maybe he could get more money because I think it's ranging at about the $20 million range. I believe it's like 18, 19 million for his player option.
Yeah, 19.
But it's like realistically, I think he'd want to stick with the squad and like $19 million. I don't know if you're going to get more than that, like guaranteed for like many more years to come. So he'll probably stick with them for at least one more year. And then you're right, he'll be off the books. I think one thing that they do need to keep in mind as well, like this team, they got a solid foundation. They have Xander Bogaerts locked down forever. They have some young guys as well in Verdugo, in Dahlbeck, and most especially in Rafael Devers. So whatever they do, and I do think that they have enough money and flexibility to go along with this, but they just need to make sure that they're saving a little bit or structuring their contracts in a way where in a year or in 2 years, they get that extension going for Rafael Devers. Because I believe he's a year ahead right now, or maybe even 2 years ahead of a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So that should be coming relatively soon if they're going to extend him.
And hey, so let's say, did you say that they still paying for David Price? You told me earlier.
I believe that they still, for next year, correct me in the chat, guys, but I think that they still need to pay $16 million for David Price.
Okay, well, there you go. That's $16 million that you're going to get.
Which will be off the books in like a year
or
two.
In a year. He's off the books. Then it'll be JD off the books. And then, Valdi will be off the books, right? So I bet with those three guys off the books, you can definitely extend Devers and get a solid pitcher like a Gausman.
Yep.
Or a Stroman.
Probably. I think that they need to be in the conversations for all of like the deep pitchers, which sucks for Blue Jays fan because, I mean, we're obviously going to be going after them too. But what playoff team doesn't want to get more rotational help? Boston Red Sox, that is what we're going to be looking for you guys to do in the offseason.